Family, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. It's Wednesday, happy hump day, the day before America's birthday, July 4th. So that's all good. Be happy, be positive. You know, you're going to the cookout or you just like me, just going to chill in the house after I go to the gym and work on some things. Either way, enjoy your life because life is too short, family. And be true to those who are true to you and keep it simple like that. All right, today's word of the day is riposte. Stands for, it's a clever way to for a comeback or a witty response. Many people can only think of the perfect riposte after a conversation has already moved on, when it's too late to say it. And that's happened to me a multitude of times. Like, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. And that was back during the days, like I like to say, between 2009 and 2012, 2012. That was during the time frame when I used to argue with people online religiously. And I mean, just wholeheartedly. You know, I was into politics back then. So I was boom, 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 boom. And then I think by, what was it, 2014, 2015, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this political nonsense. And especially me being from the DMV area, I'm just like, look, the checks are going to get signed. The legislation is going to get pushed through, regardless who's sitting in the White House, governor's house, or mayor's house. And always remember, the best thing about the United States of America is that you have people that can't even speak English, who don't even have a high school diploma, who are becoming millionaires and billionaires, who are owning assets, i.e. homes, i.e. Pieces of land, plots of land, businesses, other assets via retirement funds, individual retirement accounts, 401ks, just regular stock portfolios, annuities, cryptocurrencies, bonds, a variety of things, just because they have a sense of economic family and economic community, meaning that they're willing to utilize each other's economic resources, no matter how small or big that they are. They're able to utilize each other's credit scores, vehicles, homes. The families that operate like corporations are the ones that are winning now and the ones that are going to be winning in the future. So it's just what it is. And regardless if Trump's in the White House, regardless if Biden's in the White House, regardless if Porky Pig is in the White House or your governor's house or your mayor's house, economic moves are going to be made. So that's why this week or next week, I'll be, when I do my today's forecast, we're all going to die, because I basically mock politics and mock the media. I'll be talking more about that because that's just where we're at. It's like, if your money's right in this country, if your family's economic conditions are right, and the family's working with each other, not working against each other, then economic moves can happen. Okay, but when everybody just wants to talk about how fancy their house is, how fancy their cars are, how fancy their degrees are, how fancy their businesses are, but you as a member of the family aren't profiting or benefiting, not even from a financial standpoint, but from an information standpoint, who cares? I'm from the DMV area where people love to brag about literally everything, whether they live in DC, Maryland, or Virginia. They live, especially high-paid employees, live to brag, love to brag. But usually, when I go home and I see that people who own businesses or own a multitude of real estate and whatnot, they're not living to brag, and they're not loving to brag because they're too busy working. And then they're too busy passing down businesses and real estate to their family members. So whether if it was a Bush in the White House, Obama in the White House, Trump in the White House, Biden in the White House, these economic moves are being made. All right. I always say, when you vote with your dollars, you don't got to worry about voting for anything else. But that's just my personal opinion. Do what you got to do in this life. All right. So on that note, let me get to this quote because I got stuff to do. Hey, Marquita, hopefully you're doing good, young lady. It's kicking butt in the real estate industry. All right. So Snoop Dogg says that's how we do it in the black community. We give back to the people who made us who we are. We never forget that. And if you always look, Snoop Dogg always gives credit to the people that helped him become who he is. And this is why the man's in his 50s now, has grown children, has grandkids, and he's still a mogul in various aspects outside of music, because he was able to learn how to make money and do business and build relationships and pass down generational wealth, because his kids are doing the same thing by building bridges and not slamming them down. You see where Snoop Dogg is at. You see where Suge Knight is at. He's in prison. Snoop Dogg is thriving. We're still able to talk about him to this day. He'll never have to make music or do a concert, ever again, but he does it out of the love of it, because he makes so much money and has so many assets outside of the music industry, because he's learned from people like Dr. Dre. He learned from people like Martha Stewart, Master P. The list goes on and on. I'll never forget seeing a picture with LeBron James and Warren Buffett, because LeBron James wanted to know how to be able to become a smart businessman / investor outside of being one of the greatest basketball players to ever play, because he knows he can't play basketball forever. And I implore everybody out here I don't care how many degrees, master's degrees you have, but yet you've mastered nothing, how many credentials you have or had, Your circle matters. That's why I'm going to Invest Fest next month in Atlanta, Georgia, because I like to connect with people who want to talk about businesses and investments. I don't want to just be around people that just want to brag about how many degrees they have and how nice their cars and homes are. That's meaningless when after you die, you're not passing it down to anybody. That's meaningless if you have all this information, but you're not exchanging that good information with anybody in order to see them thrive, because you just thriving means nothing. But what do I know? So on that note, do the great thiefy things, like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves, like the hat says, or you're going to live, bro, like a fool. Take care.